Hello, this is Daniel here. I am going ahead and going over some information on Mutual of Omaha, a couple of the programs they have. I'm going to go over the Term Life Express on this video and the Guaranteed Universal Life Express. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. I'm not trying to make a long video. I want it to be short, sweet, and explain everything in detail. So just so you know, the Express at the end of the term life, where it says that the Express, is talking about not having to do any blood work or urine samples for them to qualify. So that's when we're talking the scripts, you don't have to use any blood work or urine samples. This is what we're referring to. So a Term Life Express can be done 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. As you can see on the screen right here, it's pretty much listed out. You don't got to memorize all this. 18 to 60, you can do 20 years or 20 years. You don't have to memorize all that stuff because it's all on the quoting on the app that they have. And I'm going to go ahead and go over that information as well. A couple terms that you might not know in here. The ROP, what that's talking about is return of premium. It's a cool feature on the program, so that if they live to the end of the time frame, they get all of the premium back. So that's what the ROP is referring to. So as you can see, once they hit age 50, like on the ROP side right here, once they hit age 50, they no longer get all their premium back, and that's why they have non-ROP. So they can go all the way up to age 65 for these ones. So 10, 10, 15, 15, 20/5, 30/5. What these are referring to is the term years. So it's a 10-year term with a 10-year guarantee, a 15-year term with a 15-year guarantee, a 20-year term with a 5-year guarantee. So the first 5 years are guaranteed. Now you're asking the next 15 years, is the price going to change? No, it won't. But they have the extra, that they have the opportunity, if they so chose, they can change the price on those ones. Have they ever changed the price ever in the history of the company? No, they have not. It's for their investors. That's why they have it there. You can find out more information. If you would like to find out more information about that, you can call Mutual of Omaha directly. They'll explain it to you. But it's basically like this. The price is going to stay the same. The chances of them raising the prices after the 5 years are slim to none. Alrighty. So when we're talking about the underwriting classes, when you have a fully underwritten one, which is one that does the blood work and urine samples, they have classes. They go preferred plus, preferred, standard, table 1, table 2, and such in those kind of direction. On our Term Life Express, we have 2 underwriting classes. It's just standard, non-tobacco, that's what the NT stands for right here, or standard tobacco. Real simple. If they smoke, they're tobacco. If they don't smoke, they're non-tobacco. Everybody gets standard. It doesn't matter how healthy they are, as long as they can fall within the underwriting guidelines, they'll get the standard pricing. Alrighty, here's a listing of the premium modes. You don't have to worry about that. That's automatically calculated with the quoting system. Same with this policy fee. As for riders, the ones we mainly use are going to be the waiver of premium unemployment provision. That's one that we use. The accelerated death benefit rider, terminal illness, we use that one, and also dependent children rider and the accidental death. So those are the 4 main ones that we use. You can add the disability income as well, but you can find out more information about those later on. When you're just doing regular policies, I'll explain what these 5, I'll explain what they do. So accelerated death, if they are going to pass, if they get a note from a doctor saying that they're going to pass away within a year, they're able to get a portion of their premium back. I believe with the Mutual of Omaha is 92%. So they'll be able to pull that money out early based off of that. There's actually a paper inside of the application that you sign that you explain that to them on there. So it's very simple right there. As for the waiver of premium for unemployment, if they become unemployed, they can waive their premium for up to 6 months. So they don't have to pay their monthly premium to the carrier for those 6 months if they become unemployed while they look for a new job. The common carrier death benefit rider, so if they die in a train, a plane, or a bus, or any type of vehicle that you have to pay to ride, so the planes and the trains, they'll pay double the the rate. So let's say it's $100,000 that they're supposed to pay out. They die in an airplane, they pay $200,000. Simple as that. Accidental death is something you can add on. So if they die in an accident, they get more insurance paid out. That's something that can be added on there. Dependent children, you can have the children be paid out if they pass away. It pays out to the family to pay for their burial. Also, you have the disability income rider. That's something that you can add on there. So like, if they become disabled, it makes a check payment. So let's say you chose $1,000 on the disability income. It'll pay out $1,000 a month if they become disabled. Alrighty. So that's that. So let me go down here. Now I decided to do the Term Life Express and the Guaranteed Universal Life Express on the same video. Reason being, they're on the same application, and also they work very close in tandem with each other. The difference between the two is the term ends after the maximum of 30 years. The Guaranteed Universal Life Express does not end. It goes all the way until I believe age 95. And it can continue going after that as well. It does not end at that point either. But you can illustrate for higher ages as well. So as you can see right here, 25 to 300,000, age 18 to 50, 25 to 250, 51 to 65. So if they're above 50 to 51 to 65, they can get up to 250,000. If they're 18 to 50, they get 300,000. That's a very simple face amount. Now, for a lot of people that are wondering, can it get higher than 300,000? Or on the other policy, I'll show you this right here. I don't think I went over that clearly on the other one. Yes. So 300,000, 250, same here. So you can get higher amounts on other products with Mutual of Omaha. It's just on these two particular products, that's the maximums for these ones. Okay? The riders are pretty much the same on there. Oh, and on Universal Life policies, they do get an interest rate, and on the Guaranteed Universal Life Express, it's 3%. You can see right here, 3%. Alrighty. And if they want to withdraw the money out of the policy ahead of time before they pass away, there's withdrawal fees and things like that. But it is guaranteed the coverage for the maximum lifetime coverage age to 121 or a minimum age of 80. So you can see that it's guaranteed for you. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay. So next, what I'm going to go ahead and go over is how to quote. A lot of people have this question for us. Okay, I know how the programs work, what they offer. How do I quote it? Well, I just took these screenshots from my phone. You can go to if you're on Google, you go to the Google Play Store. If you're on Apple, the iPhone, you go to the iTunes Store. You type in Mutual of Omaha, and the one that says Mutual of Omaha quote, you click on that one, you download that one. After you've downloaded it, it looks just like this. So these are all the different policy types you can get. Of course, we have the children's whole life, the living promise, that's the adult's whole life. So it goes from age, I believe, 45 to age 80. We got Term Life Express, this is the one we're explaining right now. The Guaranteed Advantage is the accidental death program they have. I don't really work with medical supplements, but it's on here, you can quote that, but we don't usually work with those ones. Term Life Answers is just like Term Life Express, only difference is they do blood work, urine samples, the whole deal, and it does go higher face amounts if you need those. Okay, and then we got here long-term care, and then the Guaranteed Universal Life Express. So if you want Term Life Express, you click on this with your thumb. If you want the Guaranteed Universal Life Express, you click on that with your thumb. So on the screenshots, I clicked on the Term Life Express first. It pops up like this. It asks you what your state is, the gender of the person, do they use tobacco. You just ask the client these. It's very simple. What's your age? Now remember I was telling you about the age bands, 18 to 50 and so on and so forth. Well, based off of what the hold on, let me fix this. Hold on. There we go. All right, based off of the type, which is the 10-year guarantee, it's going to tell you what the age is. It's not going to let you quote something that doesn't fit. So all you have to do is follow, put your this in first, and then it will tell you exactly how high age-wise it can go, and it explains it simply there. On my screen, you could scroll it down. It just all of it couldn't fit on one screen, so I had to take one screenshot and then scroll down and take another screenshot. So this is what the bottom part looks like. And as you can see, the riders that are available are right here. Even though that listing had a lot more options available, they're not available in every state. So in the state of California, what's available is the accidental death, like I told you about, the disability income, and the children's riders. Okay, so I already explained those, so I'm not going to go ahead and go over it again. Face amount is how much they get paid out if the person was to die, and then also the payment amount. So you can't really mess this up because they're not going to allow you to quote something that they don't offer. So as long as you put the age in correctly, you should be good to go. Alrighty. Now this is when we clicked on that. You go to that first page, you click the back button, you go to that first page and you click Guaranteed Universal Life. This is what it looks like. The same thing, you put the state, your gender, do you use tobacco, what's your age, and there you go. So you can guarantee period 95, that's what I was telling you about. You can always move that up to the 100, but using 95 is fine. It is guaranteed to 120 either way. So what it's talking about is if let's say that you put the money in, and you're guaranteeing that it's going to go 95. If there's more money inside the policy by the time they turn 95, it's going to keep going to 120 anyway. So as long as they don't take money out in the form of loans or they take anything away from the policy, it will still go to all the way guaranteed 95, guaranteed 120. You start taking things out, you start moving the policy around during the years. You're taking the premiums out, you're lowering premiums, you're adjusting them. It might not last all the way to 120, but it's guaranteed to last through to 95. Okay. Now, here's the most important thing a lot of people ask, well, how do I know if they qualify? So it's very simple to do the underwriting for Mutual of Omaha, because if they can't answer no to these first 7 questions on the application, then they don't qualify for the program. It says right here. This is a page from the app, I think page 3, I believe. If the proposed insured answers yes to questions 1 through 7 in this section, the person is not eligible for coverage. And these are very simple things like, do you have AIDS right here, COPD, any heart problems, bipolar. You just ask all these questions to the client. They say yes to any of these questions. I'll make it bigger. If they say yes to any of these questions, then they cannot get a Mutual Omaha policy for this program. They'd have to go get the Living Promise, which is the final expense program, but they cannot get this one if they answer yes to any of these questions. Now, there are some health questions that they ask that don't. This is question number 7 right here. So after this, there's going to be a couple more health questions on the second page. So here's the most important thing I do want to explain for Mutual of Omaha is the diabetes. So if they do have diabetes, you do answer yes to this part. This question A: has proposed insured and ever received care, treatment for, or been advised by a physician or healthcare provider to seek treatment for diabetes? If they had diabetes, put yes. Okay. And then it says B right here: diabetes before the age of 50, other than gestational diabetes. So if they've got diagnosed before age 50, so what we're looking at is, did the doctor prescribe drugs for them to have? It doesn't matter what drug it is. Did they prescribe anything to them before age 50? If it was prescribed, then they had it before age 50. Simple as that. If it's after age 50, even if it's insulin dependent, they can still get it. So it does not matter if as long as that's the cutoff. Age 50, they got it. Cool, they're good. Okay. Then you answer C. Are there any complications? If they put yes to complications, they most likely won't get it, but you could still fight for it. But I would just go over the Living Promise if they say yes. We have some complications such as the neuropathy or all these other things. Okay. And that pretty much explains everything on the policy, on how it works and everything. Now, if you're wondering when to write this policy in particular, this is not the video you should watch. This is only explaining all the underwriting, how the program works, and I've pretty much gone through that. If you want to know which one to write, most of the time when you get a client that you're ready to write a policy on, you just let us know their age, if they've had any heart attack, cancer, or strokes, and if you'd like, you can get their height and weight if you want to be that strict with it. But we'll go ahead and tell you exactly which program to write once we know that information. If you tell us that, like when you're doing your appointments, ask that quick question, have you ever had heart attack, cancer, or stroke? Once you get that answer, just call your upline, call one of your managers, talk to someone, the person who hired you, and we'll explain to you exactly which one to write. So that's exactly how we do it. All right, if you have any questions, you know where to reach us. Talk to you soon.